there, friends. Welcome back to Second Star to the Left. I'm Michelle, and this is my daughter, Billy.
Hi.
And here's where we'll share board game reviews, ramblings, and a few wrong turns along the scenic route. Welcome to our second episode in our series Small Space. 2 episodes,
Are you sure we didn't do 3?
It's 2.
This is our 3rd.
No, it's not. It's 2. This is 2. 2 episodes in 2 different series. We're doing great now. We decided to do Small Space because, well, we have a small space, and usually at the end of the night, what we have the brain power left over for is a small box game. And that's not to say that all small box games have a low level of strategy. That is absolutely not true. But for the most part, we're choosing these games because they're quick to set up and quick to get to the table, and they're usually pretty good at 2 players. The first game we want to talk about today is one that was recommended to us a lot in the comments and conversations that we had with everyone after we did our Polyomino video. Check it out. And that's Silver and Gold by Phil Walker Harding, who we should have known we would like this game since he did Sushi Go and Barren Park, which are also 2 that we really like.
Yeah.
I don't know why we waited. I think I originally thought that you tore the cards. I think somehow I thought
you thought it was like one of those legacy type games where you destroyed pieces.
Yeah, I thought that you destroyed the cards. I didn't realize they were dry erase cards and you could use them again. But this one, you don't have to destroy anything. This is a flippin' right polyomino set collection.
Is it really a polyomino game?
I mean, you're drawing the little Tetris shapes on the cards, right? Does it count?
Yes.
It's not quite a... All right, so it's not quite a polyomino game, but you're using those Tetris shapes to fill in the cards in front of you faster than your opponent so that you can take another card and gain, like, there's, treasures and special powers.
I guess it kind of is, because if our next game counts, then this one definitely does too.
Well, we're not doing that one next.
If the last game we're doing today counts, then this one does too. I nailed it.
I mean, if Cartographers counts, then this counts.
Does Cartographers count?
I don't know. That seems to be the question of the day. You tell us. Do they count? I don't know, because they're not like polyominoes.
There's no ominoes that you poly onto the board. These are polyed ominoes. There's Tetris shapes. And you draw them onto the cards. And you're trying to fill the cards so that you can put them into your set collection to gain more cards, to gain more powers, and just, score more points. It's a score more points kind of game. Powers?
Well, you get, like, the treasures, right? Like, if you have so many of a certain color, then you get it.
I guess that counts.
Bonus points? It counts. Those are powers. I have superpowers.
This is a very good game, though.
Ignore the silliness. This is a really good game, and it's super quick. It plays it says 20 minutes. That's probably about right. It feels like it goes quicker. We played it 2-player. It plays 2 to 4. This would be a perfect travel game, something to take down to the beach house or something. Because it's small and it's extremely replayable. I'm not sure about the strategy level. I mean, I think it's a bit luck and strategy, right? Because you don't know what card's coming up, so you're drawing these shapes.
Maybe for you it's luck and strategy. I think I was doing pretty well.
It's a light game. It's a small box game. And it's a lot of fun if you want to check this one out, especially if you like drawing little Tetris shapes.
Which may or may not be polyominoes.
Silver and Gold. The second game that we want to talk about today is one of our favorite designers. And this game seems like the least Uwe Rosenberg game of the Uwe Rosenberg games. You're not breeding any animals. You're not feeding any people. You're not really puzzling anything out until...
Yes, you are.
Yeah, but until you get a better look at it, right?
Oh, yeah.
This game is stunning, and we almost didn't get this game because we watched a review, and I honestly don't know where, that said that it was just too light.
And honestly,
is really light, but also not.
Right? It is definitely a light game. This is this is not a heavy game. But
I mean, look, you're holding it in one hand.
oh my gosh. There's a lot of strategy in the game too once you start to play, but it's also just this relaxing, beautiful card placement game with these beautiful little gems. So you're trying to create these little fairy trails that weave through the forest, and every time you close off one of those loops, you get to place your gems on the little fairy houses that are along that route. You both have the same number of gems, and you're just trying to get all of yours onto this map that you're creating with the cards first. That's it. It seems like that should be really easy. I don't know that there's a lot of take that in this game. You can block people, but in the end, you're kind of delaying the inevitable. They're still going to be able to close off a loop. So you just have
You just have to close it so they can't add more before they close it.
Yeah, and you just have to be watching both your loops and theirs at the same time so that you can finish yours faster. I mean, that's it. It's a race to get all the pieces on the house, but it never feels stressful.
No.
Not at all.
Especially not for me.
Oh, I have won this one. It's really, really beautiful. It's very, very quick. I'm going to use all my adjectives twice. It's another 20-minute game.
This game is good because it's fun.
This game is good. But this is one that you can take out. It takes no setup. You just put the starting card in the middle and give each player their gems. And that's it. So if you just want something quick after dinner or, on a lunch break, this is perfect. We should have known it was going to be a good design, but I guess we just were too influenced by someone saying it was too light, which is silliness because light games are good games too.
We like light games, so I don't know what that was about.
So if you haven't picked this one up or, you get a chance to play it, it might be worth playing if you like this style of game. Our third game, not that we ranked them, but our third game is probably our favorite that we played this month of these small box games.
Yeah, I think so.
And this one we heard about at PAX Unplugged. We went to the Shut Up and Sit Down panel for a little bit, and we got to hear about Castle Party. Castle Party, which is published by DeVere, which is quickly becoming one of our go-to publishers for games. Is this, again, the argument, is it polyomino? I don't think so, but you're drawing the polyomino shapes.
But you're also making polyominoes out of cards, so it's closer?
Kind of. It's a very Tetris-y puzzle. The art on this is the most adorable, spooky little monsters and Frankensteins and witches and vampires. So cute. I just kept taking pictures and sending it to people while we were playing.
They're adorable.
You are at a castle party and you're trying to arrange the guests so they have the best time and they all get along or get to see the fireworks or do a monster conga line. One of those things. But mostly what you're doing is arranging those Tetris shapes on this board. And the way that you do that is you flip over a card from the deck that has one of those Tetris shapes on it. You have little square cards in your hand that you're going to put down to form that Tetris shape. And whatever way it's oriented on the table is the way that everyone has to draw it on their board. So for me, it's going to be facing, with the small little pointy part down, but for Billy, it would be with the small little pointy part up. You can't rotate these shapes or flip them over like in other games where you're fitting those shapes in. So you can look at the other person's board and decide to turn that shape so that they can't place it. And what happens when you can't place it completely inside the castle? Some of your guests wind up in the moat. So you get points for placing the most little witches together or vampires. You get points for the longest line of any one type. You get penalized for anybody who wound up swimming in the moat during the party. The 3 points during the game, the clock goes off. The grandfather clock card comes out of the deck. And then you get to choose which goal you want to score. If the fireworks goal comes out, then anyone near the window who could see the fireworks, you get points for them. I forget what the other goal was. The other goal a conga line?
Yes.
The other side of the board is a little more challenging, has extra things you can add in to kind of mix it up a little bit. This one takes a little bit longer, probably, about 30 minutes. Of the games where you're kind of drawing those shapes into a board, we had the most fun with this one. What you're drawing isn't going to be beautiful in the same way that some of those cartographers' maps come out as beautiful.
Yeah.
But the cards and the art in the game are absolutely adorable. Some of the most fun art I have ever seen. It is definitely a cute game, but it's also strategic and a little bit mean.
Yeah.
Those cute little vampires can be kind of mean. And I would highly recommend this to anybody who likes that type of game. Again, you're looking at some dry erase boards, a deck of cards, and you're good to go. This one is a lot of fun. I'm really glad we picked it up. If you're into this kind of game, it's worth giving it a play. I originally told Billy that we were going to do 3 little games, but then...
Wait, what?
I had trouble sleeping one night and decided on Board Game Arena that I would try a little solo play of Bandido. And then I had a lot of trouble sleeping because I just played Bandido through the whole night. And then whenever I got a break between emails, I played some more of Bandido. And then I went online and I ordered Bandido. Look how tiny this is.
I had no idea.
Right. Oh, I'm sorry. This is the tiniest of little games. Look at this. This is it. Just these cards. Look at them. You are just trying to keep this tiny little Bandido in jail. That's it. He's trying to break out. You're trying to seal off the exits. I have had more fun playing this obsessive, addictive little game than I should. That's the truth. This is an absolutely simple little puzzle game that I have only won once. All you're doing is taking one of your cards and adding it to this maze and trying to keep this little guy from tunneling out. It's really just a little game of connecting up the tunnels and trying to block off the ends. It's a co-op game, theoretically. I have not played it with 2 people because
she hates me.
Because it's a solo game. I know it says it's co-op, but if it's co-op and it's Billy and I'm just going to be bossing everybody around and telling where the cards go. It's really just the perfect, tiny, little solo game and that you can have somebody else play with you with. If you haven't tried it and you want to try it, you can try it on Board Game Arena, and that is a perfect way to give it a go. And then once you're addicted, like I am, you can just pick up this little copy and you can take it with you anywhere. The only thing is, for such a tiny little box, right, it takes up the whole table. It really does. So in some ways, playing on Board Game Arena is just much easier. It's definitely much more compact because this thing is a table hog for this tiny little deck. Especially if he just starts tunneling out in all directions, you'll have no choice. So as far as a travel game, maybe, I mean, I might bring it to the beach house where I would have a table, but you certainly couldn't play this like on an airplane.
Or camping.
Right, yeah, it's way too big, oddly. But if you're going to go those places, just go online, play it on Board Game Arena, and you could play all day. So this is my new little addiction, and I thought I would throw it in the end of this video in case anybody else needs something to get addicted to on Board Game Arena. If you're on there, look for Second Star to the Left, and, come to it a game. It'll be fun. We didn't do quite as well getting through some of our PAX games this week, but we're still on target to play through them before the end of the month, which reminds me that at the end of the month, we're going to draw the winner for our Land vs. Sea giveaway. So if you want a chance to win Land vs. Sea, which is a really good little small box game, just go to the link down below and in the comments of that video, write which game was your favorite game that you played in 2021 and make sure to subscribe to the channel. We're going to be announcing the winner in our January wrap-up video, which I think is January 28th. If you want a chance to win Land vs. Sea, go hop in and try.
It's a really good game.
It is a really good game.
Because it's fun.
You're going to be cut off. Thanks for watching. If you like what you see,
or if you want to keep watching until we get one right,
then please like, subscribe, and share. If you want to find us elsewhere on the internet, all that information will be down below. As always, open tables, open minds, and play your shelves.
Bye.
2 episodes in 2 different series. This is like a real channel.
What's the other series?
Would we still buy that?
Oh yeah, did we do that twice?
Do you not come when we film things?
I don't watch this channel.
Lord. To form the shape
Of Ultron.
of it. Are you done?
Wait, no, not Ultron. What's the combining one? Voltron. Yeah, that I was not gonna be okay until we found that.
We're good now.
Voltron.
If you want to find us elsewhere on the internet, it's on the internet.
On the news.
This video is nonsense. I don't even know how to edit that.